Welcome to Eugene Holden's Academy of Self-Mastery, where we learn to move with purpose and live with power. This is your space for healing, for growth, for the questions that shape you and the truth that you know. We use the tools that are ancient, still working today, to steady the heart and light up the way. Breathe in, tune in, come back to center. One step, one choice, you can always get better. Master yourself, master your life. Walk in your truth and breathe through the fight. Master yourself, stay awake, stay clear. Eugene Holden's Academy is right here. Let's begin together.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Eugene Holden's Academy of Self-Mastery. I am Eugene Holden, and in this month of June, I have as my co-host my beautiful dear friend, the magnificent, the genius, the marvelous Elle Grinnell.
Wow, that was the best introduction I think I've ever got.
Well, it's the truth. I don't lie.
I'll take it.
You're welcome. I may stretch. No, anyway. So, So, Elle, as we were just speaking before we went on, and I had to hit record because what we were getting ready to dive into is really good, and I didn't want to miss it. Finding the good with everything that's going on, right? With everything that seems to be going on in the world, finding the good, finding the good. And you started off by saying that there are good people in the world. Yeah. So, and as I was writing that down, finding the good, for me, it implies, for me to find, I have to look for it. Right?
Yes.
And what I also realized is that there really is, I don't have to look far.
No.
I just need to be willing to look and see it.
Be willing.
Yeah, be willing. I remember when I was growing up, probably in my early teens, and people sometimes can be so mean. That little baby is ugly, right? You got an ugly child.
It can be mean.
Right. And at that time, I decided, I made the conscious choice never to see a baby like that. Right. And not knowing that, that's how I began to look at life, not looking for the ugly and stuff, but looking for the good, looking for the cute, looking for something else other than what other folks were saying. Yeah, finding the good, finding the good. No, so I have a question for you around that, my dear friend.
Okay.
And looking for and finding the good, what in your perception, what does that entail? Finding the good.
You started it by saying being willing. So it starts with us being stuck. The world sucks. The weather's terrible. Things aren't going well. And it takes the moment for us to know that we're stuck in the darkness. We're stuck down lower than we deserve to be as human beings. We have the ability to heighten our vibration and our thoughts. So that's number one, knowing that you're there. And then the second thing is being willing to start to look around. And that's why there's a lot of emphasis on gratitude journaling, and stuff like that. But the problem with that is once something becomes routine, then it loses its spark, right? Our brain doesn't give us the same, dose of dopamine and oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, right? Always looking for that dose. So we then can be real intentional, like, okay, let's find the good in where I live, my actual dwelling. Let's find the good in some of my friends. Let's find the good in one of my hobbies. Let's find the good in the work that I do. And then we go intentionally, specifically looking. It's like, for example, right now, if I say to you, look around and look at everything you can see that's red, right?
Hmm.
You're like, okay, you're intentional. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, right? And may not have really paid, wow, that's a lot of red. And then I ask you to close your eyes and I say, okay, now tell me everything that you just looked at that's green. Oh man, I was ready for the red. Is the green stuff there? Yep, yep. So we're looking for the green sometimes because we've been just seeing the red,
Right.
so that allows us to be real intentional in looking for the good, and asking those questions like, what else could it mean?
Yes. My favorite question. One of my
Is there a
favorites.
lesson in this? There's not always a lesson. If your tire blows out on the highway, that's not always a cosmic lesson. That means you have a car and you have tires, and sometimes tires are done. Sometimes tire meets nail, It's not necessarily a lesson. It could be because it could be, is all I'm going to say, but it could also not be. So
Right.
sometimes we need to let ourselves off the hook with these
Right.
cosmic lessons, that can just be life. So, what I wanted to loop back to, remembering this. So, when we were talking in the green room, we were talking about finding the good,
Hmm.
even if we don't want to. What I was seeing in my imagination is, how excited kids get for that Easter egg hunt?
Yes.
The level is here
Yes.
of the excitement, and they're dressed nice, and they're ready, and they've got. So that's what finding, intentionally wanting to put things in our basket does to us. It
Mm.
does elevate our level of, happiness and excitement because we're getting ready. That's why I was like, oh, you're going on a treasure hunt. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
There was that thing called geocaching. It's still a thing, but it was really super popular where you would get these coordinates and you would go there and people would leave things. So you
Mm.
would take something and leave something, or you would just record what you found.
Hmm.
And so it was the excitement of turning over rocks to find things.
Hmm.
It was the excitement of going off the trail to find something.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal. I remember hubby did that with my kids. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. Mom stayed home and read a book, but but they absolutely loved it, and it's still a thing. And so that's what I really want everybody to understand is just thinking about things can give our brain a chemical pump or push or surge.
Yeah.
So it's the anticipation that we're going to do this today.
Yeah.
Like if it rains today, it's like, well, that's not ideal. And I thought, well, I haven't walked in the rain in a long time. I'm
Mm.
just going to go out, no umbrella,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
shoes that can get wet,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to walk in the rain. I'm just going to get
Yeah.
wet and I'm going to come home like a dog. I wish I could shake it off like a dog and then just hop in the shower and, start over. So it's an intentional way to find joy
Yeah.
in an unfortunate circumstance or situation. Ooh, that was a long answer.
But it's good. And I want to start with what you just said, right? Just walking out in the rain. And because looking for joy in that way, right, is simple.
Mhm.
It's simple. It's and it really is an easy thing once we make up our mind and set the intention to do so. As you said, being willing to do so. One of the other things you said in reference to, how children get so happy and so joy filled about going on an Easter egg hunt. And
Mhm.
this is very profound, going off the trail, going off the trail.
Yeah.
And because and going back to I what love what you usually say is sometimes find ourselves in a rut, and that trail, can be a rut because this is the way that we've always done it and dump it and dump it. But when we go off the trail,
Mhm.
the adventure that is there, and looking for the good. When I first moved to Denver years ago, and I would drive back to LA maybe twice a year, if not more. Um, and some of that drive is just desert, or
Mm.
driving from Denver to New Mexico. Let's use that one. And a lot of that is desert. And
Mhm.
people would say to me, God, what a boring drive. There's nothing there. I'm like, you're not looking, right? But
Yeah.
again, it's all about perception and it's all about choice. The desert is full of life. Man.
Hmm.
Yeah. And again, coming back to that beautiful gift I like to talk about, that gift of choice,
Yeah.
you know, intentionally going off of the trail to find the good.
There's a reason why it's called the beaten path. You gotta go off the beaten path. Heck yeah. I don't want to be one more heavy footstep on
Right?
that when there's so much to explore. You
Right.
know,
I mean, the visual right here is this path, but then here's all of this off of the path. Yeah. Getting off the beaten path. It's called beaten for a reason. You are, that's what,
beaten down, man. It's
beaten
just
down. Do, 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 do.
uh,
And then having the willingness and then the courage to step off that path.
yeah, courage. There you go.
Having
What
the,
if there's snakes out there? What if, there's poison oak or ivy? What if the fear of the imagined unknown
yeah, the
and
imagined unknown.
yes, instead of imagining the options, the opportunities,
Yeah.
the joy, create
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, what create that. Imagine the joy and then create that. See, you are so profound and in such a sometimes a subtle way,
Okay.
imagine the joy, then create it. That's huge, you
Thank
know.
you.
Imagine the good and then create it. And we create it by finding it. We find it by knowing that it's there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. We find it because in order for us to find it, it has to be there to be found. Ooh.
Yeah. And you know what? It always is. It's already there before we find it.
Yeah.
The green stuff was there. I just chose to now open my eyes and look for green instead of red.
Right.
It's always, and we go, wow, that's amazing. What a coincidence, and it's only because we were open to be willing to accept,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm
Mm.
overly optimistic. So are you. We always have been. And sometimes folks never get to see us when we're not.
Right.
And it
Because it
happens.
happens.
And it can get dark and ugly. And the thing about it, though, is because of the tools and the skills and the desire and the willingness, we choose not to stay there.
Yeah.
There's a point where we say, okay, enough of that.
Yeah.
There's a point where we call somebody and go, I need help.
Yeah.
There's a point where we stand up and look around and say, what do I want? But we do lay in the dark. We do watch some
Yeah.
mindless TV. We do not leave the house,
Yeah.
and people don't see that. And they're
Right.
like, how can you be so optimistic all the time? And I say, well, it's a choice. And some days it takes more effort than others.
Yeah. It's a choice and it's a practice.
Yes.
I've heard over the years, God, Eugene, you make this sound so easy, like when I teach a class or whatever and going through
Mhm.
stuff, right? Lessons and talking about this same stuff, right? You make it sound so easy. Like you don't understand. I have to practice this every single day.
Mhm.
I have because I wake up. It doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to, but I would wake up with that voice, just scared, just scared.
Yeah.
And I would ask myself, "What are you just woke up?
Yeah.
You just opened your eyes. What are you afraid of?" And I'm like, there's nobody after you, man. And that took practice. So that's the
Mhm.
practice, right? When that voice comes up, because it does.
Yeah.
Not if it comes up, it comes up.
Yeah.
Even after doing the work that we've been doing for all of these years, it still comes up and it may come up on a daily freaking basis, but that's okay. I get
Mhm.
to laugh. Now it's a joke. I'm like, oh, look who's back. Not by
Yes.
popular demand.
That's funny. Yeah. No. And we've also talked about this. You and I wake up happy.
Yes.
and literally with a smile on our
Yes.
face. And
Yes.
so sometimes I'll wake up and my first thought will be, ugh, like not another day, or this day sucks. I just woke up, right? And I'm like, so I wake up, I'm like, no, and put the pillow over my face. No. And then I start laughing. Just that alone, like, who said that?
Right.
Oh, come on, honey. Let's go have some oatmeal.
Right.
We'll put some cinnamon sugar and brown sugar on it for you today. It's like, but we're gonna get up.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So,
I
well, I can
love,
laugh at that person.
right? It is so because it's hilarious. It's because when we start to look for and find the good, that voice for me, the one that wakes up like, oh no, it's funny, and
Yeah.
I have that very clear voice that when I get caught up in that other one, that other voice is always there going, dude, you tripping, right? Like, oh yeah, that's right. And that's exactly what that voice says. Dude, you're tripping. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me go great. And let me
Yeah.
look for the good in the situation. One of the tools that we were taught, by the wonderful Dr. Libby Adams, Dr. Libby, is that I love that, right? When things seem to be going crazy, and then taking the time and the willingness and the courage, and then making the choice to say, okay, wait a minute, where's the good in this I've not seen yet? And
Hmm.
then look for the good in that instead of complaining about it.
Hmm.
Where's the good? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Hmm. And when we
Yeah.
complain, we fuel the fire, right? Because we're putting more into that what's not good.
Right.
And on occasion, there is nothing good. So you know what? Just get up and take a step. Get up and go make your coffee. Get up and, go stand out on the patio and feel the breeze and be grateful for the breath of this
Yeah.
morning air. So you can shift what's the good, make it a little easier maybe to come back
Yeah.
and look at what's good.
Yeah.
But you got to move
You gotta move.
physically,
Yeah.
mentally and
Yeah.
emotionally
Yeah.
to shift out of that.
Get up, stand up, and go take a walk. Yeah. Stand
Yeah.
up for your right. Yeah.
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 Yes. And when I talked about, saying that little girl, oh, come on, let's just go have some oatmeal with cinnamon sugar. People talk about the inner child a lot, and as though it's a bad thing, you know,
Right.
because it got hurt and stuck in the past and it's fearful, or like in my case, that one was not wanting to go to school that day or clearly or whatever. No, not going. And all those inner child voices, they just want you to come in and take their hand and go, you know what? Come on, let's do this together. You're
Yeah.
not alone. You're not
Right.
scared. You're not facing this horrible situation by yourself anymore.
Right.
I'm here. You're me. I'm you. Let's
Right.
do this. And so that's why it's good to have the conversations like yours was, you're tripping,
Mm-hmm.
to make that voice laugh. Like, okay, yeah, I guess I am tripping, huh?
Right. Yeah. Okay. You're right.
So acknowledge it so you can have the conversation
Yeah.
and then you can move it. Otherwise, you're just at a standstill. It's got
Right.
this strong opinion and it's not budging.
Yeah.
So you come in with the what ifs. What else could it mean?
Right.
What would you like? What else could this look like?
Right. What else could this look like? Yeah. Going back to that inner child thing, and it's interesting in how it's been a lot of times, I won't say all of the time, a lot of time it's been looked at as a negative thing, doing the inner child work. I remember a while back that I was tapping into my inner child, but that inner child that was very clear about creating, very clear about having fun. Let me connect with that one, because it didn't have a care in the world. Let's go out and play with friends. You
Let's go
know,
get those Easter eggs.
let's go get those Easter eggs. Let's go, Christmas morning. Let's see what gift we can open up today. And then to
Hmm.
make every day like a Christmas day, meaning
Hmm.
just waking up and going, oh, what gifts are waiting for me today? To tap into that child,
Hmm.
that is always
Yes.
creative, and which brings me to imagination, you know. Some adults, man, saying to kids, stop using your imagination, no, because it's
Right.
imagination that has created everything that we use,
Hands down.
right?
Hands down. And so, even when kids lie, they're using their imagination to get what they want.
Yeah, yeah,
So there's some value in that skill. It just needs to be honed
right.
in the direction of creation for, joy and love and light and that kind of thing, not
Yeah,
for manipulation or the sake of lying,
right,
you know. And when you were mentioning about the practice of this for people who are listening or watching, um, the way that you and I or anyone can practice this finding the good in things is it never gets boring. Remember, we're talking about a rut. We
right,
do this consistently. It's never a rut. The brain
right,
never gets bored because the situations are different every time.
right,
It's not the same. It's always something different. The process stays the same, but the
right,
journey is different. The words are different. The
right,
emotions are different. So it's a practice that never gets old. It's never a beaten path
right.
because it's a forest. Oh, now it's a nature. Oh, now it's a desert. Oh, now it's on the ocean.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
changes.
yeah. Yeah. I was speaking, we were speaking about imagination and kids and how we pretend, right? I don't know if I put this out as a blog or not, but I was writing something about pretend, hyphen tend. And let me just read this real fast.
Yeah.
Um, Pretend. We all know what the prefix pre means: earlier than, prior to, before, advance, beforehand. Pretty straightforward. Looking at the verb tend as a verb means to exhibit an inclination or tendency, to
Mm.
conduce. Conduce means to help bring about a particular situation or outcome. Another definition of tend is to move, direct, or develop one's course in a particular direction. So now when we put these words together, bringing about a particular. Now, when we put these words together, pretending can mean bringing about a particular situation or outcome prior to or in advance of it showing up in our reality. It is acting as if it is acting as if it is already done. Yeah, act as if and it will be.
Hmm.
Pretend,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
we get to do that more as kids. We get
yeah.
pretend time and playtime and imagination, and then it gets lost. I think while we're in school,
Mm-hmm.
all those years in school, it gets lost unless you're lucky enough to still have had art or had a good art teacher. Um,
Mm,
and then it comes back around, and now they call it visioning.
right.
It's not
Right.
pretend anymore because that's for kids, but
Right.
it's the
Well,
same process.
it is. It is. There was a friend of mine years ago, and his daughter at the age of 3 or 4, she would pretend that whatever she would pretend for the day, she was it for the entire day. For the
Nice.
entire day. If she was pretending to be a dog, she would bark and walk on all fours the entire day. That's dedication to that vision, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was great. It was great to watch that. Hey, how are you doing?
Good stuff.
Okay.
She's going to be an award-winning actress
Yeah,
doing the method acting all day.
right. Her mother would say, "Would you like a snack?" All day long. But that's commitment to that vision. To wake up, oh, I'm going to
Absolutely.
be this on this day and then commit to it. But now, see, in this, not but now, and now this brings me to something that's really um pretty powerful because we can imagine all day long, but if we don't put the action to what we imagine, it stays in the head. As
Yeah.
a right, got to put the action to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, be
Yeah.
willing.
And that's should be the fun part. And I say should because then it doesn't always go exactly the way we imagined.
Right,
And
right.
then, oh, all right. Well, that didn't work. It's like, oh, come on. You gotta give it more than the college try sometimes, as the saying goes,
Right.
to bring forth that which you imagined.
Yeah.
And then when we're working on something that we desire through imagination and willingness and all of that, and it doesn't look the way we want it to, then be open to making the shift. And that's where the true treasure was.
Yeah.
But we didn't see it in this state. We had to shift into a different state to go, oh,
Yeah.
that's why I started this thing.
Yeah.
You and I have both had many career opportunities in our lives, and we've pursued some that we didn't get.
Right.
And we're, a version of devastated over it. And then now we're looking back on so many of these and saying, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Ooh, I'm glad I didn't do that. You
That
know,
best thing that I couldn't imagine not having.
right,
Glad I didn't get
right.
that.
Glad I didn't get that. Oh, that's why it didn't happen. So I can be here.
Be
And
here
this is
now.
so much better and be here now. Yeah, and to be willing to change. So I'm going to close it out on this. Well, no,
Okay.
not yet. There, I have. So you know how it is here on the Academy of Self Mastery. We give homeworks from time to time, and this time for this week or for the next 7 days, whenever you watch this, from the moment that the day that you watch it, for the next 7 days, here is the challenge: no complaining.
Mm,
And if you do find yourself complaining, be aware of it and then find something to be grateful for around whatever you're complaining about.
yeah,
Finding the good.
yeah, yeah. I did that not that long ago because I think I don't complain. Put your awareness on no complaining for one day. I was surprised. I was surprised. And it allowed me to laugh about it and say, okay, well, that's not how we choose to be now, is it? No, it's not. But it was running under the radar, so to speak,
Yeah.
without the awareness. So
Yeah.
yeah, make it, National Week of No Complaining.
Yeah.
And this is the important part. When we do these types of things, avoid going like, oh, there I go again. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh gosh. To go, whoa, okay, interesting. How do I want it to be? Oh, make it make it the Easter eggs that you're finding.
Yeah. Dude, you're tripping. Stop complaining. I wrote a blog a while ago, and I am going to end it right here, though. When I
Okay.
because I found and when I was at the last job that I just couldn't do, because that just was not for me, and I was good at that position, but I found myself complaining about the complainers,
Yeah.
and I caught that going, dude, you're complaining about the complainers, people who are always complaining, and now you're complaining about them complaining. Stop complaining.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anyway, yeah. So for me, for even folks, I'm going to take this on for the next, week, 7 days, and then write to us, report how that week has gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I usually, when I give that assignment, I don't tell the class or whoever why I gave it, but I'm going to let it be known here.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody. The whole purpose of that practice is to bring an awareness to how much we complain. It's just to bring an awareness because some
Mhm.
people are not aware that they complain, or they're just not aware of a few things, right? Yeah. What
Yeah.
about you, Elle? What would you like to leave folks with this time around?
I would just hope that they'll lean into that assignment because it's a great learning opportunity. And it circles back to what we started, finding the good. So every time you complain, you get to find the good. You
Yeah.
get to see the opportunity about what was the basis of the complaint. Well, what do you really want? You know, instead of complaining about the weather, it's like, well, what do I want? Well, I want to find alternate things to do because it's raining.
Right.
Now there you are. I'm no longer there. Now I'm here. So it's a great opportunity.
Yeah. I'm singing in the rain. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Elle.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in on another episode of Eugene Holden's Academy of Self-Mastery. As I like to say, tell a friend, be a friend, share it with a friend, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Peace.